Yo, what's going on, fam? It's your boy Ayo for a little special treat for you, man. I'm super excited because, man, I have two good friends of mine. You've all seen them on the show, and that show went crazy, y'all. I mean, it was probably one of the best shows practically because, you know, me and Tommy, we dream a lot, and we have God-sized goals. You know, we want to talk about millions, we want to talk about billions, but then there was just sister on the chance that, okay, I hear y'all talking about millions and billions, but how do we talk to the people who are only focusing on the 50,000, the 100,000? Let's bring it down to the realistic level. And I appreciate that with Jade and Tommy because they bring balance. And you guys, I'm going to start off this quick segment, this quick special clip for you all about, they're saying in 2054 that African Americans will have zero to negative net worth. That's zero to negative net worth. And one thing that I am very big on is about how do we build our own table. You all know me. The title of my show is called The Table with Anthony ONeal. The table only really represents our life. How do we start taking ownership of our lives, and how do we start setting ourselves up to have ownership, to have the financial freedom, to have the financial prosperity in the future? When I say prosperity, I'm not talking about prosperity gospel. Just have a prosperous life, right? And a huge part of that comes into real estate. And I'm super excited because Tommy and Jade are doing something very special November 3rd and 4th in Dallas, Texas, to where they're coming together. And I'm gonna let them talk about it. I'm gonna start off with Tommy here in a little bit. But they're talking about stuff that is very, very impactful. And how do we really start taking ownership and building wealth? And a huge part of that is real estate. I'm getting into real estate. I am looking at them two as mentors of me in the real estate game. And I'm super excited because I'm gonna be in Dallas, Texas, teaching, and not only just teaching, but also learning. I've made my schedule available for that whole day so I can go and learn and go and serve as well because of the amazing story that Jade has shared that she's learned from Tommy. And we're gonna link that full show in the description. So check that out because Jade has made money. Now, Jade, y'all see her, she's a very, humble lady. She ain't gonna brag like that, but Jade done made a bag on real estate. And so I'm super excited. But Tommy, Jade, thank y'all for jumping back on real quick to share about this. But real quick, Jade and Tommy, why this event, and what's the name of the event so they can really know about it? But what made you all really want to say, you know what, I want to serve the people, I want to help them out? And I want to start with you, Jade, because you're new into this space over the last 2 years, and you've made a lot of money. I ain't gonna put your business out there, but y'all, Jade ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? Jade ain't broke now.
God is good, Anthony. God is definitely good. Well, first of all, I just want to acknowledge the fact that you said you're going to pull up all day. So I need everybody to understand that Anthony ONeal will be in the DFW. So we are super excited about that. And we got him all day, y'all. And we're going to take advantage of all day too, okay? No, but the name of the event, this is really, really neat. It's called Wealth on Our Watch, all right? It's a 2-day summit that we want everybody that is interested in building wealth through real estate, we want them to pull up to learn. We always talk about knowledge is power. Well, we are giving you the game, right? So it doesn't matter what level of entry when it comes to real estate that you're starting on, whether you're starting from the bottom like I did, whether you have a little bit of experiences, whether maybe you want to flip, maybe you want to learn about multifamily, maybe you're thinking to yourself, I cannot invest because I don't have money to start. Well, don't worry about it because we got you. We got a bunch of special guests. We're going to teach you the game. Anthony ONeal's going to be in the building. So, Tommy, tell them why you did this because I love the passion behind your reason to want to teach.
Yeah, man. So thank you, Jay. Thank you, Anthony. I'm so excited to see you again, bruh, in a couple of weeks. But this started for me many, many years ago because the way to accumulate wealth starts with the dirt. It's the foundation. It's the foundation of any generational plan is that it starts with real estate. So one of my big things is, buy what you can until you can buy what you want. And we're going to teach that. We're going to be teaching at all levels. If you know absolutely nothing about real estate, this event is for you. If you have bought and sold houses before and you're ready now to go to the next level, slingshot to the next level and learn about apartments, this event is for you as well. It's for everybody in that. What we want to do with this event is we want to ensure that on our watch, we're not going to either be at zero or negative when it comes to wealth. We are going to shrink the gap in the creation of wealth in the communities of color using real estate as the vehicle, period. End of day.
I was reading an article, and I'm looking at it right now because I want to make sure I'm quoting it correctly. There's an article that just came out March 4th of this year, and it talks about the median household income today. Household income, so this means two or more people in one house, is at $67,521 a year. And 34% of American households make over $100,000 a year. And the reason why those numbers stand out to me is because you have two people living in a house, they make less than $70,000. Now, 34% of those people who are making, who live in the same house are making $100,000. Watch this. Out of the 34%, half of those people are living paycheck to paycheck. Half of them are living paycheck to paycheck. So when I hear what Tommy and Jade is doing, it's like, hey, it's time to build wealth. It's time to build that margin. And how do we do this? This is another vehicle stream. Now, Jade, I want to talk to you about this because, before I met you recently, every time I came into Dallas, I heard your voice. Didn't know you, but I heard your voice because of the radio. Is this something people can do? Can they get into the real estate game doing this sidebar with a full-time job?
Oh, no, 100%. Absolutely. When I started real estate investing, I had a full-time job. Actually, I probably had like 2 or 3 full-time jobs. And this is something that I wanted to do on the side. And look, as you start making money in real estate investing, you can kind of let some of those other things go, right? This is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It does take time. But more importantly, it takes time for you to learn how to do it properly through great mentorship, through great leadership, because if you don't get great leadership or mentorship, you could actually lose in this game. When you have great mentorship and you follow the formulas, it's almost a guarantee that you win, but you have to be patient, right? Like the best things in life are the things that you wait on, right? So again, I just want everybody to understand, when I got into real estate investing, I literally knew nothing, like zero, but I knew that I wanted to build wealth for my family, right? And I knew that possibly working a 9-to-5 was not the answer for me. So this is why I jumped in the game. One of the best decisions that I ever made. And as a matter of fact, since then, I've actually walked away from my career and I'm now doing this more on a full-time basis. So
come on. Jade ain't married yet. And Jade is making that bag. And I like that. And I joke about that, but it's seriously, it's like, yo, Jade is an example of, hey, she's taking advantage of the opportunities in front of her, right? And she learned from Tommy. She's still learning from Tommy, and she's making good money. Tommy, I want to ask you this question. Everyone's saying, Anthony, why do I want to get into real estate in a market like this right now when interest rates are just sky high and prices are even higher on houses? Why would I want to come and learn right now in this market?
It's the best time. It really is because that's when most people kind of retreat, right? And that's the best time because there are deals to be made. I'll give you an example. We just acquired an asset. We paid $90,000 for it. It's going to be worth $250, Anthony, and we're putting $45,000 in it. Do the math. And we closed on that one Friday.
What I love about Anthony is he did the math, though. I saw it.
Don't play with me. I'm going to do the math, dog. Wait a minute. I just did the math. Do you need an investor?
But watch this, Anthony, right? So what we do is we provide workforce housing. We go right back to what you said. The median income is $66,000. So this $250,000 house that we'll be able to take to market in probably about 6 to 8 weeks, a person that makes $66,000 a year, they're probably paying anywhere from $1,800 to $2,400 a month in rent, which is the largest part of their income per month. I can now go to that person. Jade can go to that person and say, hey, we can hand you a set of keys. You got your own backyard and you got a garage. But more importantly, you're starting the creation of wealth. This is something you can pass, right? And so this is actually one of the houses that's going to be on the tour for our VIP clients. So not only are we telling you, we're going to also back up with documentation the things that we're doing, not only in Texas, but around the country as well.
So November 3rd and 4th, we're coming. Let's break this down for the people who are, okay, I get you. And before we break that down, y'all know me. I'm a stat person. I got to bring stats because I really want y'all to understand it. And again, this is, I've learned after all of my crazy comments that have gone viral. So I've learned how to kind of check myself and kind of make sure I say it right. And so I love all people before I say this, but white homeowners, 65% of them own a home. 40% of black people own a home. So not even half of us own homes. Not even half of us have that information. And that shocks me because I'm like, wait, we're busting our butts. Why are we not homeowners? Why are we not in the real estate game? We're working just as hard, respectfully, as every other culture, right? So we should be homeowners. This is why y'all need to get to Dallas. This is why y'all need to be sitting next to me while I'm learning, because I'm coming to, for sure, serve and talking from the money aspect, but I want to learn, how do I get into the game, the real estate game like Jade? How do I come back to Maryland, to DMV area, and start owning property, more property? I own some now, but more property, and put that inside of my trust for my grandchildren, not for my kids, but for my grandchildren, for my nieces and my nephews. Like I'm thinking like Queen B and Jay-Z. My brown kids, great grandkids are already on the Forbes list because of the moves I'm making today. And I can't make those moves if I'm not getting the education. Correct. And so November 3rd and 4th, it's called Wealth on Our Watch, right? Did I say it right?
Yes.
Wealth on Our Watch. Yes. I'm going to steal that too. Wealth on Our Watch, November 3rd and 4th. What can we expect those days? Like, what are we going to be learning? You said we're going to be learning how to flip. Jay, you said we're going to learn how to get into real estate. But specifically, is it like from 8 to 5? I think y'all have like a VIP day on Saturday. Like, what all is covered in that? And how much is it?
I'll break it down for you. Yeah, okay. I'll break it down for you. So 9 to 4, we're going to kick off on Friday, November the 3rd. And again, the reason why this partnership is so great, because, we have people like Tommy, even like Tommy, he's my mentor, but his mentors are coming. So if your mentor ain't got a mentor, then you don't need to have that mentor. Okay. That's good. Tommy's mentors will be pulling up. You'll get a chance to hear from his students who are actually in the game, how they got started, how they started creating wealth for themselves. We have industry professionals that are going to be in the building as well. So it's going to be 9 to 4 at the Sheraton Hotel in Arlington, Texas, on November the 3rd. That's for our general admission. And the great thing, like I was saying about this partnership, Tommy, myself, the students, the experts will teach you how to make the bag, but then Anthony gonna come in and tell you how to keep the bag, right?
Shabbat.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's a wham bam. And then we also have, if you sign up and you get our VIP tickets, you actually get a 2-day experience. So Tommy, tell them about the second day.
Yeah, thanks, Jade. So what we're going to do on Saturday, we have rented a charter bus, Anthony, and we are going to go and literally go to some of the multifamily apartment complexes that I bought over the last year. We're also going to go to some of the fix and flips. And so you will be able to stand in the theory. You will be able to stand in houses that me and Jade have partnered and collaborated on that are either in the process of going through the renovation phase. You will learn the acquisition strategies that we use to procure it. You will see it in while it's going through the metamorphosis. And then we will show you the money that will be made when it's finished. So we'll show you the impact in our local Black and brown communities that we're impacting. So you will be able to see it. You will be able to walk through it. Yeah, on Saturday. So that's exclusive to the VIP guest only, right? You will walk through properties that me and Jay either own together, collaborated together, or even some of our students' projects.
So Jade, earlier you said, and I'm asking questions. Let me know when y'all got to go. Now I'm just thinking, 'cause I'm getting excited. Earlier you said, Jade, it doesn't matter if you have if you don't make a lot of money, you can still get inside of this program and learn. So are we literally saying if let's say we have a single mother right now who's making $50,000 a year, and she is saying, I want to learn how to get into this. We're saying at this program on this event, she will walk away with practical information on how she could take her salary and possibly get into the real estate game and make some money for her and her kids.
You will learn practical information. You will learn strategies. And I want to also let everybody understand this. When Tommy, for instance, first got into real estate, he was broke. I know he wear the Gucci's and all that now. But there are strategies where you can actually jump into the real estate investment game with little to no money. Now, I can't give you all the game. You got to come on November the 3rd and the 4th to get and find out what those strategies are. But there are some amazing strategies where you can actually make tons of money with little to no money to get started. So I think that is the misconception. You know, no offense, but they made it seem like it was hard. It ain't hard. That's why we have to bring the real information to the people and let them know that at any level you can jump into the game. We have to stop hiding this wealth and making it seem like you have to be born into a certain family, you have to be a celebrity to achieve it. That's absolutely incorrect. So yes, that single mom can come learn practical, life applicable information and strategies and tools that she can apply to her life to get started, if that's what you want.
So even more than that, Jade, Anthony, we have a student that you are going to meet that is going to be on one of the student panels. She is a single mom. I'm talking about Ashley, Jade, single mom, right? Jumped in the program. She bet on herself. She bet on herself by joining the program, right? Her first flip, she made $78,000 net profit. Anthony, her last job in corporate America, her annual salary was $80,000. She made 78. This ain't nothing. This is all can be documented. Off her first deal, she made $78,000 net income.
That is $10,000 more than the average household income in America.
That's right.
Remember, that's on one transaction.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why. We're going to put all the information in the show notes. I don't know why you're not coming. Listen, I'm coming. And at first I had to leave to go to Israel, but now that we're no longer going to Israel and we're praying for everything that's happening in Israel and Gaza, now I'm staying for Saturday. I want to see the proof for myself.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go around and literally sit inside of it. Because I can say this respectfully, not arrogantly, but even a man of my status, I still can learn. And there's a lot more opportunities that I can invest into that could bring more wealth, that could bring more opportunities for my legacy down the road. So I'm not arrogant or prideful to sit here and say, yo, let me sit back and learn from Tommy, from Jade, from their students. And I'm telling you, before I met Tommy through Jade, and the reason why I invited Jade to the show is because she posts a lot of her stuff. Like she posts classroom settings she was in. She posts her house that she was going through and how she's flipping it. So I saw the fruit of her labor and I was like, yo, wait a minute. I need you to come on and teach my people this. Here's a question I gotta ask you. It's a real question. I don't know this answer, but y'all can be real. I'm coming from DMV. Can I take that information that I'm gonna learn in Texas and come back and apply it over here?
It's a great question. Because once you learn the analytics, Anthony, you can do this anywhere in the country. So that's why I can virtually not leave the couch and buy properties in other states because of the analytics. Because the numbers don't lie, right? Because there's two things that will always dictate the acquisition cost, right? The local market of the real estate, what's going around in that local market, right? And then the condition of the property. So Anthony, me and you can buy properties right now in DC and we can own it before I ever fly up to see it because of the analytics that I teach you. 4 + 4 is 8 in California, in Texas, in Oregon, in Mississippi. You just have to know how to add and subtract. It's just knowing the formula. That's all. And I teach you that.
And we're gonna learn that formula. Well, listen, guys, November 3rd and 4th. In the beautiful city of Arlington, Texas. I don't know if it's that beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But, we're going to be in Texas.
See, Anthony, you keep putting your foot in your mouth. See, why? Why do you have to say? Now you're going to have people in Arlington.
I'm proud of my DMV. I'm proud of the DMV. You know what I'm saying? Arlington is cool, but it ain't DMV.
Okay,
man, we're going to be in the building. I'm coming, I'm learning, I'm going to be there both days. If you have the financial means and the opportunity from wherever you are to come there and to be with us as well, we're going to drop all the information in the show notes. You'll see the cost. It's very affordable for the information that we're getting. You'll be able to connect with everyone and learn. And I want to encourage you to stay for the second day, invest into the second day, because I think sometimes we can get the information, but if we don't see it, but when we can see it, when we can feel it, when we can smell it, when we can sit in the middle of it, it takes that experience to a whole nother level. And I love getting information, but I also love seeing the fruit of the information. And so I want to encourage you to rock with us both days. I'm coming to ask questions, I'm coming to learn, and I'm coming back home to apply. And that's one thing that I'm really, really, really excited about. Now, again, November 3rd and 4th, check it out. These two individuals are men and women of character and integrity, and I only rock with those kind of people. I've done my research on both of them. I even did my research on Tommy before I posted that show because I didn't know him. So I had to make sure everything he was saying was right. And Brother Man was 100% on. And since then, I even had a question about something that he said, and Tommy called me back and walked me through exactly what he said and how that is true. And that means a lot to me because I know when I expose people to my platform, I'm held liable for that. And these two are doing it. And I'm just excited to go and to learn. So any last things y'all want to talk about this event that you think that they need to know?
Yeah, I want to say this, Anthony, and for those that, because I know it's a short runway, for those that can't be there, we're not letting you off the hook either, because we're going to have an online opportunity for you to join us online and watch from there. So we've eliminated all excuses for you not to get this information, implement this information, and erase all the negative stigma around why we can't be what we were always called to be.
That's right. So we're excited about seeing everybody. Wealth on Our Watch, Friday, November 3rd. If you're a VIP, you get November 3rd and November 4th. You also get a VIP reception with Mr. Anthony ONeal himself. He might not have known that, but we here and it's recorded, so he got to do it because he said he was here all day. No, I'm just joking. We'll be at the Sheraton Hotel in Arlington, Texas, starting at 9 a.m. in the morning on Friday, and we'll end at 4. And we are excited to have everybody. Again, 3 ways to attend. You have VIP, general admission, or online. Click the link in the bio. We are going to not only learn, like Anthony said, I love how you said that, it's very true. We eat with our eyes, right? I used to do these career days called I Am What I See. Once you see it, you'll be able to apply it. And then you'll be able to say, I can also be just like these other people that I see on Instagram or on television. Like, we're no better than anybody else. So come learn the information. We are going to learn, but we're going to also have fun at the same time, because y'all know I like to have a good time. So we are going to have a blast while we're getting this information, and we are going to walk away inspired. We're going to walk away educated. And like Anthony said, we're going to apply this to our lives, and we're about to get this bag, okay?
Hey, we're going to get it for sure. And so, listen, I heard them. They being nice. Y'all know me. I'm a direct person. I don't know if I will take the online experience. I just don't know. I want y'all to make that sacrifice and get in the building. There's nothing like worshiping in the same room. You can watch the service online if you have to. That is great. But sometimes I think we make an excuse to show up and get in the presence because it's just a more comfortable thing to do that. But I don't know about y'all. I do feel the Lord a little bit differently when I'm standing in the presence than I do laying in my bed in my shorts. And so I want y'all to get in the room because God is going to meet us in that room. He wants us to have wealth and steward it well so we can build the kingdom. And real estate is a part of that. So listen, if online is your only option, because there's no way you can make it, cool, great. But if there is a way, if you can move some things around, get in the building, because I just believe something magical is going to happen when we get in the building. We're going to learn something. We're going to see something. And when we learn and when we see, the next thing is we do. And so when we all leave, we're going to go do it. And I'm really excited about it. So I'll see y'all November 3rd, November 4th. I took notes just on this quick little show. We're also going to, just so you can dive into a little bit more, I'm going to link their full show. It was about an hour and a half. I was really just talking about how Jade was able to make as much money as she's making. Even Jade got real and talked about how she was a little nervous at first working with Tommy. And then Tommy proved her. So it's like, listen, y'all, Jade is probably one of the most realest people I know for real. She kept it a buck and she kept it real. She didn't just speak high. She said, hey, here were the fears, here are my concerns, and here's how we got through them. So we'll link that show, check it out, and we'll see you November 3rd and 4th. Peace out, y'all. Love you.